Today, we're going to talk about Piaget's four stages of cognitive development. I'm going to go over four stages and talk about it. The first stage is a sensory motor stage. This is from age of 0 to 2 years old, means from the time of birth to 2 years old. So, what is the key idea of this time? The key idea of this time is learning through senses and actions, meaning human infant understand the world after birth up to 2 years old, mostly through senses and actions. How in this period of time we think? We explore the world using our senses, for example, seeing, touching, tasting, hearing, smelling. So we explore the world with our five senses. And the motor actions. So the name of this stage is sensory motor. So the first part is our sensory, um, and the second part is our motor actions. That is like grasping, crawling, and this activity we do in the first 2 years. The cognitive process in this age is we don't think in symbols and languages. These are abstract ideas that come later. Everything is based on direct experience. Whatever we see, we feel, we taste, we touch, whatever we have direct experiences makes sense to us. And in these 2 years, we have a milestone that Piaget called it object permanence. Means that objects is going to continue to be there even if it disappeared. At the beginning of this period, we think that if an object, I see an object and is not there anymore, it disappeared completely, that is non-existent anymore. But later in this period, we realize that if a toy is hidden, it still is there. We realize that it's not vanished completely. And the development of significance of this time, this stage, is a foundation of our memory and goal-directed behavior. Because in order to build up our symbolic thoughts, more abstract ideas later on, we need to have a memory and goal oriented behavior. Means we need to have certain behavior that has certain goal. That's a foundation for later symbolic thought. The second stage of Piaget cognitive development is from 2 years old to 7 years old, and he call it pre-operational stage. The key idea of this timeline is thinking in symbols, but not yet logical. So we start developing this thinking in symbols, but it still is not logical. How we think in that time? We begin to use language, imagination, and mental images. So as we get exposed to more imagination, abstract thoughts that is linked to language, we start to could process more mental images that we may not be able to eat before this stage. We have certain limitations. What are those certain limitations? The first limitation is egocentrism. It means difficulty seeing things from others' perspective. And quite honestly, this is maybe continue for many people to adulthood, that is hard for them to see from others people's perspective and think the world revolve around them. How they see the world, how they understand the world, is everyone else understand the world the same. The second limitation is centration, focusing on one aspect of a situation and ignoring others. Thinking a taller glass has more water even if it's the same amount. So you only focus in one aspect of an object, the glass is taller. You don't focus on how full this glass of water is. It could be like half full, quarter full, but you don't pay attention to that part in this stage of cognitive development. And development of significance of this stage is imagination, as we talked, imagination, abstract thinking, symbolic play, early language develop rapidly, but as we talk about, logical reasoning is still limited. We go to the third stage, is concrete operational stage. This is from 7 to 11. So we had from 0 birth to 2 years old, from 2 to 7 second stage, and the third stage from 7 to 11. The key idea of this stage is logical thinking about concrete events, means about real events we have. So we slowly we realize we need to think about the world around us logically, and this is kind of the age that children start to go to school, age of 6 7. How we think in that age? We gain the ability to think logically about real object and events. but still we have a problem with abstract ideas. So as you can see, the abstract idea of fulfillment of full potential of abstract imagination is really take a long time for us to develop in our development of stages. We gain certain abilities in this stage. The first one is conservation. We understand that mass, volume, and number remain constant despite changes in form or appearance. For example, we understand that if we put a certain amount of water in different shape of glasses, this mass of water wouldn't change. Or if we put certain amount of air in different balloons, the amount of the volume of air wouldn't change. So we have these understandings. Another one is reversibility, realizing that actions can be reversed. For example, if 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 2 is also 5. We get some logical understanding of the word. Another one is decentration, considering multiple aspects of situation as at once. It means is self-explanatory. Another one is classification and seriation, grouping objects by shared traits and arranging them in order. So we have size and weight, for example. We could classify. Okay, these stuff here are all like 5 pounds, 5 kilograms, or this stuff here is all about like 2 cubic meters, something like that. And development of significance of this stage 3 from 7 to 11 is a major step toward logical and organized thinking, essential for school learning and problem solving. And the last stage of Piaget's fourth stage of cognitive development is formal operation stage, 12 years old and older. Key idea is abstract, hypothetical, and systematic thinking. So in this time, we start to think about possibilities, ethics, theories, and hypothetical situations that are all connected to abstract thinking. And we have some understanding of some ideas that are not tangible. We couldn't see them, feel them, but there's some abstract idea out there. We gain certain abilities in this stage. Abstract reasoning, understanding concepts like justice, freedom, or algebraic variables. For example, we understand what it means to be just, what is justice in family, how the treatment of our parents toward us or to our sibling could be a form of justice in our understanding, freedom, and variables, algebraic variables. Another one is hypothetical deductive reasoning, means testing different solutions systematically. So here also is connected to abstract thinking. We start thinking that we could simulate different situations. We could have hypotheses. We could have thought experiment. We could imagine something in many different forms and test it. That is a bedrock of science. Metacognition, thinking about one's own thinking, reflecting, planning, and strategy. So we start really observing our own process of thinking, our own ideas, and re-examine it. And this is very important to in the process of our abstract thinking. And the development of significance of this stage is allows us for moral reasoning, identity formation, and advanced academic and creative thought. So everything that is related to more advanced type of reasoning that related to our academic time is related to the fourth stage of Piaget's cognitive development. I really like to know your idea about this subject. Please write in the comment section. I know this is Piaget's stages. The mapping, the timing could be challenged by other people that have other categories and timelines, but we just want to go over this for today. Have a good one.